separates herself from the field. Already half a body length ahead of her nearest rival, which is Resa Dewi of Indonesia. Vien trying to keep in touch. She is in lane number 3, and she is just slightly ahead in second place at the moment. The Vietnamese know that they have a very special swimmer here. She's here not just for this games, but she's going to dominate for a long, long time. Samantha Yeoh still not in the picture yet as she goes into the breaststroke now. Tien An Vien, if there is a weakness and a chink in her armor, it would be in this, the breaststroke. Megan Lim is in third place at the moment, so she's caught on very quickly with her favorite stroke, the backstroke. But Tien An Vien, no way that anyone can stop her at the moment. Nguyen Tien Vien of Vietnam has won all the youth levels, the ASEAN Schools Games, the Southeast Asian Age Group Championships. She's even won the Southeast Asian Swimming Championships last year. She was 6th in this event in 2011, then decided to go to America to train and keep up with it. And from there on, she has kicked on, and she's swum in so many races this year in 2013, and no one has come close to her time. She turns just ahead of Phiang Kwan Paw Patako, has done a brilliant job at the moment to keep up with her in lane number 3. She's in second place, and the two of them have separated themselves from the field, because in third place, way behind at the moment, is Nguyen Thi Kim Thuy of Vietnam. But this will be Tien Vien's race to lose. She will win it. She's slated to race in 11 events, 3 relays, 8 individual events, and she is going to start off the 2013 SEA Games on a golden note. Vietnam will win the first gold medal in swimming competition of the 2013 SEA Games, and it's that lady, Nguyen Tien Vien, all set and ready to be the queen of these games. It's a race for third. Brilliant run by Megan Lim down there in the freestyle event. Magnificent swim from her to just clinch the bronze medal. But Nguyen Tien Vien, the first of a couple of gold medals, that's for sure, in swimming, and it has come in the 200 meters individual medley. She's got 3 races this evening. She's already won 1. She's still got the 200 meters backstroke to come, and also the relays. That's not the winner. That's actually silver medalist Phiang Kwan Paw Patako, the silver medalist who's done a very good job keeping up with her. She finished 4th in the Asian Youth Games, 2nd in the Southeast Asian Swimming Championships, all behind Nguyen Tien Vien, and she's got to play bridesmaid again because Tien Vien was just too quick, too good. 2:16.20 outside of the SEA Games record, not her season's best time, but still the only one to go below 2:17, and only 2 of them, of course, going below 2:20. Let's have a look at Samantha Yeoh, 2:22.51. She finishes in 6th spot, but Megan Lim, 2:20.38. That's a very quick time and a personal best for Megan. So the first race over and done with. And we're going to have the next race coming up very shortly. You have the order of events, Vien?
That's right. Of course, next up we have the men's 400-meter individual medley. And we're looking at Quah Zheng who will be in lane 5, of course, with a qualifying time of 4 minutes 32.82.
And then right after that, it'll be the Quah siblings taking center stage for Singapore, because first Zheng Wen goes in the 400 meters individual medley, then elder sister Ting Wen goes in the 100 meters freestyle, and then back to Zheng Wen again in the 200 meters backstroke. We'll take a break from the Quah siblings for the 200 meters backstroke for women, and then we'll end with the relays. Brother and sister involved. The men's 4x200 meters freestyle relay. Our first look at Joseph Schooling in that event, of course, and then in the women's 4x200 meters freestyle relay.
Here we're taking a look, of course, at the start list for men's 400-meter individual medley, and in all 8 lanes, of course, very, very strong, very fast swimmers.
Kitin Nutapong, person who has come on very strongly and said this could be the year where he focuses a little bit more. He won 2 gold medals at the 2011 SEA Games and started off really as an individual medley specialist, then went into breaststroke and full time into that discipline before coming back and taking part in the breaststroke as well as the individual medleys in this event.
Men's 400
the SEA Games record belongs to his coach at the moment, Ratapong Srisanot. In fact, Ratapong Srisanot had a brilliant run in this, winning 4 in a row, won a total of 5. 1993 to 99, he achieved that 4 in a row, and then in 2003, Srisanot winning another one. It was just Towai who broke that record when he took gold in 2001 when Ratapong Srisanot decided to skip the SEA Games then.
It looks like the race will be very close between Quah Zheng and Kitin Nutapong. Of course, lanes 5 and 4 are what you need to watch out for.
The national record belongs to Zheng Wen, 4:21.70 at already below SEA Games record. Lane 6, 3-point trend
from Vietnam.
The lanes from back to front. Tran Duy Khoi of Vietnam has just been introduced in lane number 6.
Lane 5.
He was 5th in
Zheng
2011.
from Singapore.
Southeast Asian age group champion. Here he is, the defending champion, a national record holder, 4:21.70. If he swims to that time, no one is going to beat Quah Zheng.
Look at that quiet confidence as he warms up.
That 4:21 over the
Lane
last
4,
couple of years is almost 3 seconds
from
quicker than
Thailand.
his nearest rival. And this will probably be his nearest rival. Kitten Nutapong, 21 years of age. Only Southeast Asian swimming at the World Championships where he clocked 4 minutes 30.07 seconds. He was second in this event in 2009
Lane
and decided
3.
to skip it
Matt
at the last SEA
Louis
Games.
Navata from Philippines.
One of 2 Filipino-American swimmers, Matt Louis Navata at the SEA Games. He is a butterfly specialist, so expect him to go out very quickly. He's from the University of California. He's got a season's best time of 4 minutes
Lane 2.
28.15 seconds.
Shen-HUI from Singapore.
Pang Shengjun of Singapore, sports school alumni, 21 years of age, slated to swim in 4 events. He was 4th in this event in 2009. And he's got the second fastest time in Southeast Asia this year, 4:28.5.
Lane 1.
That's incredible. He has a lot of experience,
from
of course.
Indonesia.
20 years of age. Quah Zheng at 16 years of age, and that's very young, right, Mark?
Absolutely right. And Zheng, of course, had this event in his pocket. This was the first event at the last SEA Games, as we see Roderick
Thank you.
Luhur, 5th in the recent Hong Kong Open, swimming in lane 1. So the men's 400 meters individual medley. Lanes 1 to 8 bookended by Indonesians, but it'll be lanes 4 and 5, and maybe a bit of a challenge from Matt Louis Navata, who is an unknown commodity in the Southeast Asian world, putting up some stiff resistance to Nutapong and Zheng Wen. Zheng Wen will go out very quickly in the first 100 meters. He loves the butterfly and the backstroke, especially the backstroke.
Take your marks.
It was this event back in 2011 that opened the windows to a golden sunshine for Singapore swimming at the Palembang Games. 19 golden smiles that came along with it. Quah Zheng started it all. Can he repeat that feat? It's a race that usually has winners repeating. Gerald Item of Indonesia, Eric Buhain of the Philippines, Ratapong Srisanot, Miguel Molina, they've all won either 3 or 4 in a row. Will this be the era of Quah Zheng? As expected, he's gone up very quickly already.
That's right. And of course, very quick off the wall as well. Into it. His favorite stroke, actually, butterfly.
It's a backstroke that is his favorite stroke. And the butterfly, of course, he is akin to it as well. Gives good competition to Joseph Schooling, our main butterfly specialist. Kitten Nutapong is doing a very good job to keep in touch with him, just half a body length behind, going into the backstroke, where Quah Zheng will be hoping to build on that lead just slightly ahead of Kitten at the moment. In 3rd place is Tran of Vietnam, already a goal for Vietnam in the first event in the 200 meters individual medley, in case you just joined us. And this is where Zheng pulls away. Magnificent technique that he has inside the pool. Shoulders very close together, as you can see, making sure that his head is, the chin's as far away as possible from his chest. Still, now 3 body lengths ahead of Kitten Nutapong, who is very good in the breaststroke. Now, if he can keep in touch, 2-3 body lengths behind, over the next 2 legs, Kitten Nutapong can play catch-up. It's still the same 3 who turn. Quah in first, Kitten in 2nd spot, and Tran of Vietnam in 3rd spot. In fact, Tran of Vietnam is slowly inching away into that silver medal position ahead of Kitten Nutapong. But watch for Kitten, the Thai submarine, specializing in the breaststroke. Quah Zheng, what a swimmer he has been. 3 Asian Youth Games gold medals. Slated to swim in 3 events tonight. Going into the breaststroke now. Halfway there, and he is 5 body lengths ahead of Tran Duy Khoi of Vietnam, who is just ahead of Kitten Nutapong, and we expect to come on strong now in the breaststroke. Quah Zheng, of course, magnificent in the freestyle. He's swimming in the 4x200 meters freestyle relay, which will be the final race for tonight. actually the penultimate race for tonight. Look at Keaton slowly catching up now on Tran. And perhaps the Achilles heel in the individual medley for Quah Zheng. He's going after that SEA Games record. Remember, 4:23.20. If he comes close to the potential that he's shown over the last 2 years, that record is going to tumble big time out of the stratosphere. The national record is 4:21.70, which he set last year at the Singapore National Age Group Championships. They're catching up on him in the breaststroke. But once it goes into the freestyle, that's when Zheng will kick on. He's got to maintain his lead a little bit. He's flexing his ankles a bit more. He's turning to his left. He's having a little look at Keaton Nutapong, who's catching up on him very slowly. Keaton Nutapong, of course, gold medalist in the breaststroke, and I think the tie will turn in first place just ahead of Quah Zheng, but it might not be enough because this is where Quah Zheng usually makes his living, and he will kick on from here. Quah Zheng finally with some competition. We'd love to see that because it only means that he lowers his times lots more. 4:21.70, remember that's the national record. It might be out of the equation right now, but a defending champion, defending a gold medal, that's nice to see, especially if he's Quah Zheng, the Singaporean, pride and joy. Quah Zheng with 50 meters to go after this turn, just ahead of the Vietnamese Tran Duy Khoi, who was 5th in 2011 and much better showing this time from the Vietnamese to turn in second spots just ahead of Keaton Nutapong. 50 meters left, it's still Quah Zheng looking for Singapore's first gold medal of the 2013 SEA Games in swimming, cheered on by the Team Singapore ambassadors. Quah Zheng still slightly ahead of Keaton. Keaton is coming on very strong now, propelling away. Keaton Nutapong putting a little bit of juice in his kicks in the final 50 meters. Quah Zheng can he hang on? He's got only a few meters left. Quah Zheng still ahead of Keaton Nutapong. Quah Zheng will touch in first place. Just 0.18 seconds ahead of Keaton Nutapong, who was tremendous in coming back very strongly, but still could not defeat the Singaporean in the freestyle leg, despite leading after the breaststroke leg. Last 100 meters, Quah Zheng took off in second spot. He caught up and with 50 meters left had a body length lead ahead of the Vietnamese Tran Duy Khoi, who came in third place in the end, and Keaton Nutapong out of nowhere found some extra juice, extra motivation in his strokes, decided to extend on the length of his strokes and almost caught up with Quah Zheng, but the defending champion has defended.
Here you go. Face full of confidence, of course. Victory for Singapore as we take home gold in men's 400-meter individual medley. Quah Zheng with the time of 4:23.45 and just edged out Nutapong Katin, of course, from Thailand.
Dui doing very well to clinch third spot. In fact, a lot of the race he was in second spot just behind Zheng and lost that silver medal position, but good to be in the medal zone after finishing 5th in 2011, so a gold and a bronze already for Vietnam in the first two races. But this was Singapore's first gold medal of the 2013 SEA Games in swimming.
What a race it was, though, as a race should be in the last 50 meters, in fact in the last 25 mark. It was incredible, so close, but Singapore pulled away, of course. Quah Zheng once again takes home the gold.
And he's got to rest up and suit himself up all over again, because he's got the 200 meters backstroke, which he's swimming for the first time in the SEA Games. He is the national record holder in all the backstroke events from 50 to 200. That'll be another very intriguing race when he takes to the pool against Gade Sudatawa.
Our next race, of course, to look forward to is the women's 100-meter freestyle, and Quah Zheng sister, a family affair, of course. Quah Ting will be taking up the position in lane 6.
Well, we all love our community bonding in Singapore, don't we?
That we do,
you know,
of course.
with his family ties, with the rate they're going at the moment, they even have a younger sister as well, you know, who is supposed to be in these SEA Games. The appeal didn't come through. Quah Ting that's her, and by the time the next SEA Games comes, when Jing is good, Zheng is there, Ting is there as well. I mean, they need a whole new house. They need to buy a new house to stock up the medals.
That's absolutely right, Ma. Of course, also another Singaporean that will be in the women's 100-meter freestyle is Amanda Lim Siang Chi, and she had the fastest qualifying time, so we'll see how she does.
But right now, it's the victory ceremony for the women's 200 meters individual medley, and true to form, especially after the omission of Nathanan Junkrajang, the defending champion, she decided to focus on the shorter distances in the SEA Games, and then Xiao Yiting handed in her resignation. big shoes to fill with that Negri Sembilan Lass and her legacy that she's left behind. But it will be filled, not from a Malaysian though, from a Vietnamese. NGUYEN Vien. What a swim. She's clocked good times. In fact, her coach has always said, you know, he's trying to stop her from swimming. He was so afraid of burning out by the SEA Games, but he says, try your very best to stop her. She's not going to stop herself.
And she's definitely performed, of course. It was a very clear victory that we saw, but Megan Lim from Singapore also did very well to seize the bronze.
That's right. It's the first bronze medal for Singapore since 2009 when Koh Hui won the bronze in this event. They were shut out of the medals. Unfortunate for Samantha Louisa Yeo. She actually went into this event in quite fine form. As I said, she's been hovering around that 2 minutes 20 mark throughout the season. She finished in 6th spot. Okay, we're going for a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the women's 200 meters individual medley. And let's not forget as well the women's 100 meters freestyle and the 200 meters backstroke for men and women. All that coming up.
Okay, we're coming back to the Wonatechdi swimming pool. Of course, the setting for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar, and we're of course here witnessing swimming. We just finished the 400 meter individual medley for men's, where Quah of Singapore took it away with a gold. We're going to look at women's 100 meter freestyle, and his sister Quah will be the swimmer to look out for in lane 6. Amanda Lim also in lane 4.
It's wonderful to have Ting-Wen even back in the fold. Of course, she had to miss out on the last SEA Games because she broke 2 bones in her left forearm in a freak surfing accident, and she missed out on it altogether. And she saw her Thai rival Nathanan Jungkrajang taking the gold medal and snatching it away from her. So it'll be nice to see the two of them renewing their rivalry, but in between them, Amanda Lim, Jasmine Al-Khaldi will make it a very interesting race in the 100 meters freestyle. But this lady, trust me, Vien, she is going to be the star of the SEA Games. NGUYEN Vien.
Fantastic. We cannot wait, of course, to see how much better she will perform in her subsequent events. And here, of course, is the victory ceremony for the women's 200 meter individual medley, where she just took away gold.
Yeah, and she won it on a canter. I mean, she could have lit a cigarette halfway through in the final 50 meters as well, and just won that race. But I mean, it was a good fight in the end by Quah to give her some sort of competition. But the scary thing, the frightening thing about it was, number one, it was effortless, and number two, it's not even her favorite event. So that's the 100 meters backstroke, which is coming up in a couple of days' time.
That is scary almost, especially for Tao Li, I would think.
Yes, that's right. Tao Li will be swimming in that event. I can't wait for that. That will be day 3 of competition. Tian Vien versus Tao Li in the 100 meters backstroke.
But of course, we're very proud of our very own Megan Lim, SHEN-HUI as well, who worked very hard for the bronze, and she took it away. Of course, that's our medal tally.
To think that the last SEA Games, Megan Lim was outside and shut out of the medals, and this time around, in her first event already, she's been up there in the 200 meters individual medley. A big shout out to Jocelyn Yeo in this event. She used to dominate this event. Jocelyn, seven SEA Games in a row. She won a gold medal.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's the most dominant performance by an individual in a singular event. In fact, she shares that with the 100 meters freestyle, where she also won 7 in a row. But by the looks of things, this Vietnamese girl will be pushing that record very, very close. And speaking of which, she will probably be looking at Jocelyn's record as well for most gold medals won at the Games She's got 11 events to swim in. Hard pressed though to win in the relays where Singapore are so dominant.
The prizes are going to be awarded by His
Vien will be hoping that it will be a perfect 8 out of 8. It's already a perfect 1 out of 1.
Exactly, it really is. You can see all the reporters, of course, clamoring around the podium positions, and they're just about to bring out the winners for them to receive their medals.
Of course, the swimmers, what they usually do is to go in doping control tests, and could be a walk as well. And Vien is going to be quickly receiving it, and sometimes I don't know whether she's going to be up receiving it because she has the 200 meters of backstroke to focus on too. So she might be skipping the award ceremony and sending out one of her teammates to receive the gold medal and the mascot on her behalf. It's going to be a tremendous night of swimming, and I can tell you right now that the Singapore team have already donated, what, $2,500 to charity, Vien?
Exactly. Of course, if you don't know, $2,000 for a gold medal, $1,500 for a silver, $500 for a bronze, of course, will be donated by the Singapore Sports Charity Program.
Yep, that's right. OSIM, of course, a sponsor of the Aquatic Hearts. 70% of it going out to the Straits Times Pocket Money Fund.
30% will go to the Singapore Swimming Association fund, of course, that will be used to further develop athletes as well as develop a program to train underprivileged children in swimming.
So a gold medal and a bronze already in the first 2 races. That's $2,500 going to charity, and $500 coming from that lady to your right there, MEAGAN Lim, with her bronze medal swim in the 200 meters individual medley. So Vien has managed to make herself available for victory ceremony, and why not?
Vien with a very quiet confidence on her face, almost as if she knew.
The bronze medalist, SHEN-HUI,
you just looked at the time.
representing Singapore.
Impossible for her not to win this event. MEAGAN Lim, bronze medalist for the 17-year-old QUAN
representing Thailand.
Also a very young girl, 17 years of age.
Medalist, NGUYEN, representing Vietnam.
When Vien.
And she is very, very happy with that one.
3 17-year-olds on the podium. Medalists in the women's 200 meters individual medley.
Please rise for the national anthem.
First national anthem played at The swimming complex, the Una Thich D swimming complex belongs to that of Vietnam. And it's all thanks to Nguyen Thian Vien. Up till now, Vietnam have only won 5 gold medals in the history of the swimming competition in the SEA Games. And this lady, in one SEA Games alone, she could actually overtake the country's total haul over the last 20-odd SEA Games.
That is just incredible. We're going to, of course, move over very quickly to the women's 100-meter freestyle, and that's going to be an extremely exciting race as well. What are your thoughts on that, Ma?
Well, I think that there will be a dark horse there in Jasmine Alcalde, because the lady from the Philippines has been training well in the USA, in the University of Hawaii, and she has been clocking very good times. Ting Nguyen, a lot of eyes will be on her. She's back again, renewing her rivalry with Nathanan Jungkrajang. Let's not forget as well the elder statesman in the field, Nathanan. But Amanda Lim has been a bridesmaid of this event over the last couple of SEA Games, bronze medalist in 2011, 2009. I mean, it'll be nice to see Amanda win it, but Quah Ting Nguyen's probably the favorite starting off in that race.
It might be possible for Amanda Lim. Of course, she qualified with the fastest time of 57.68, but then again, it is Quah Ting Nguyen's favorite event, her pet event.
It is absolutely right. And Amanda, of course, both her and Jasmine Alcalde were the only swimmers to dip below 58 seconds in the heats. But that's the heats. A lot of swimmers usually save themselves up for the main event in itself, the finals. Amanda and Ting Nguyen, of course, still have that 4x200 meters freestyle relay to swim by the end of the night. Well, in the 100 meters freestyle for women, since 1991, the goal has gone to either a Thai or Singapore swimmer. That's 11 editions of the SEA Games. Only 4 times in the last 20 SEA Games has a goal gone to a country outside of Singapore and Thailand. Malaysia have won it thrice. The Philippines just the one time.
All the media personnel,
way back in 1989, a certain lady by the name of Akiko Thompson won the gold medal in this event for the Philippines. That's the only time they've won it.
Thank you.
And they have a better chance now than ever before in the form of Jasmine Alcalde.
The swimming complex here at Nguyen Thich D, of course, is getting a bit tense. Everyone is anticipating this event, 100-meter freestyle women's. And like we said earlier, it's going to be a very exciting race, of course. Quah Ting Nguyen at 20 years old, Amanda Lim, 19 years old, from Singapore, are representatives for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar.
We might expect a very quick time. Just to remind you of the times to look out for, Quah Ting Nguyen is the SEA Games record holder, 56.03, which she set in 2009. The national record also belongs to Ting Nguyen. That went below 56 seconds, 55.57 seconds. That's a very quick time from Ting Nguyen, swam at the Asian Youth Games of 2009. That was an amazing year that she had. Asian Youth Games, multiple gold medalists there, multiple gold medalists in the SEA Games as well for Ting Nguyen. And then she went off to study in the USA, UCLA, swimming for the Bruins. But that horrific injury, freak accident as it may be, has hampered her chances, and it's great to see her even come back in the pool to have that sort of dominance, that, you know, real slight dominance that she had in 2009. She's slowly showing that form all over again.
We just took a look at the announcers table. Pleasant face to a pleasant voice, I think.
You would notice the face, wouldn't you, Dylan?
I would, of course I would.
Here we go, women's 100 meters freestyle. We are all set and ready to go here. Hopefully the athletes, I'm sure, must be itching to get out to receive the announcer's call for them to come on.
100 meter freestyle.
It must be terrible for the athletes to be waiting that long in the call area, listening to their favorite song, of course, on the headphones.
To psych themselves, as they usually do.
Absolutely right, Vivian. You're absolutely right. They psych themselves up and they keep themselves as loose as possible as we finally meet the athletes. Lane number 8, Letty My Thao of Vietnam, just 17 years of age. She's more of a long distance specialist. 59.90 seconds is her season's best. She's the only one in the field to go above 60 seconds in qualifying in the heats. She will be in lane 8. In fact, this race will be bookended by Vietnamese swimmers. Lanes 1 and 8, Tran Tam Nguyen and Letty My Thao, respectively. Here is Tran Tam Nguyen. 58.90 is her season's best. She finished 8th in this event at the last SEA Games. Here she is, champion of 2007, 2011, silver medalist in 2009, Nathanan Zheng going into form by winning the Hong Kong Open recently in 57.55 seconds. Her compatriot is in lane 3, Zheng Srisard, second at the Southeast Asian Swimming Championships last year. 57.71 is her season's best. And then comes Amanda Lim. Will she finally shed that bridesmaid image for a gold medal here? 56.63 is her season's best. She was second at the Singapore National Swimming Championships when she clocked that time. Then Jasmine Alcalde from the University of Hawaii, 4th in this event in 09 and 11, primed to get into medal zone this time around. Here she comes. Welcome back, Quah Ting-wen, champion in 2009, silver medalist in 2007. She clocked a time of 56.70 at the World Championships in Barcelona. Patricia Yosita of Indonesia is more of an individual medley specialist who has decided to concentrate on the freestyle events in the SEA Games. She goes in lane number 7. And here is Leti Mi Tao of Vietnam. As I said, it's a long distance specialist, hoping for a good time in the 100 meters freestyle women.
They're off on the starting blocks, just about to get ready, of course, to get off. And we'll see who has the fastest reaction time, which might affect the total outcome as well.
Take your mark.
Amanda Lim is the fastest swimmer, female swimmer in Southeast Asia. Oh, unfortunate start for Quah Ting-wen, was it? Or was that Zheng Srisard? Amanda Lim's gone off very quickly as we expect. She is a specialist in the 50 meters freestyle, the fastest woman, female swimmer in Southeast Asia from the 2011 Southeast Asian Games. But can she have the endurance and hold on to that lead? She will probably touch in first place, just ahead of Quah Ting-wen, who is a very strong finisher. It is Amanda in first place, Ting-wen in second place, Jasmine Alcalde at the moment of the Philippines in third place, trying to keep up with the two Singaporeans sandwiched in between lanes 4 and 6. Amanda versus Ting-wen. Does this sound familiar? Well, they've been dominating races in this region for a long time, since 2009. What a finish this is though from lane number 5. Jasmine Alcalde slowly creeping up on it. Amanda losing a little bit of steam now, but it's Quah Ting-wen who's slightly ahead. She's got to hold on to the lead. Quah Ting-wen, can she hold on to the lead? Jasmine Alcalde of the Philippines finishing strong. It will be Alcalde who finishes in first place, just 0.09 seconds ahead of Quah Ting-wen. This is a surprise to a lot of people, but maybe not to Jasmine Alcalde and the Swimming Federation of the Philippines, because she has been clocking very good times this year. Ting-wen is disappointed. A comeback doesn't result in a victory and a gold medal in a pet event in the 100 meters freestyle. She shakes the hands of Alcalde, and it's Philippines' first gold medal in this event since 1989. We expected a goal either from Amanda or Ting-wen. Instead, it's silver and bronze from the two Singapore ladies. And it's Jasmine Alcalde upsetting the form booked and winning gold medal for the Philippines.
She reached out in the last 15 to 10 meters to steal it away from Quah Ting-wen, of course. And Amanda in third with a bronze, as you can see. 56.65 is the winning timing. Jasmine taking the gold. 56.74 for the silver, 57.21 for the bronze.
Zheng, who has been placed in the medal since 2007, misses out this time around by finishing in 4th position. But what a final burst in the last 25 meters especially. Amanda turned in first place, Quah Ting-wen was just behind. And just when you thought that Ting-wen was putting a bit of juice in her kicks and making sure that she maintained her leading position after overtaking Amanda, then came Jasmine Alcalde, reaching out as far as possible with her strokes and making sure she clinched. So Quah Ting-wen couldn't replicate her brother's feat in the 400 meters individual medley. A silver medal for Singapore in the 100 meters freestyle. And then Amanda Lim in bronze medal. You do feel sorry as well for the Thai Zheng Srisard, because she was affected by the buzzer, the starter's buzzer at the start. It went off double time and she stopped, and that lost her probably 2 seconds. She might have told herself that she could have been at least in 4th position.
Exactly. Poor thing. Of course, a bit of drama happening at the start of the women's 100 meter freestyle, but we're moving on to the next event coming in, and that is a men's event.
The 200 meters backstroke for men's, and then the 200 back for women.
In
the 200 meters backstroke.
200-meter
And this is the longest standing record in the SEA Games. Raymond Papa, 2:00.96. That came from 1997 and it's still standing. Quah has the energy been sapped out of him after being pushed to the wire by Keaton Nutapong in the 400 meters individual medley. If he swims to his potential in this event, he's at least a second ahead of his nearest challengers. In fact, this year, amongst the Southeast Asian swimmers, he's got the quickest time of 2 minutes 03.17. And then Ricky Anggawijaya of Indonesia and Gade Sudatawa. Pham Lam Yen of Vietnam. They haven't won a medal in this event since the 03 Games, Thong Ngoc Thang. Here's Ricky Anggawijaya, 17 years of age, silver medalist at the Asian Youth Games, and first in the Southeast Asian age group and ASEAN schools. Zach Ong of Singapore was the champion in this event in 2009 and silver medalist in 2007 and 2011. Tun Tian Han, the 18-year-old from Malaysia, he won his national open 2 minutes 0.74 seconds. Well, that's the national record actually. Quah 2 minutes 01.18 is the national record which he holds, and he is the champion in this event in the Asian Youth Games. Gade Sudatawa, the defending champion. In fact, he won all the backstroke events at the last SEA Games from the 50 to the 200. He is the Bali barnstormer, and it'll be tough to catch. Kasipat Chokratin of Thailand. They've never won a gold medal. In fact, the last medal was 03 by Surya Suksufak. Vietnam in lane 8, Phan Giaman, a 16-year-old with a season's best of 2:13.50.
We're just about getting ready. Of course, the swimmers are moving close to the starting line, the starting positions. This is the men's 200-meter backstroke. They will get in the water to get off the wall. 200 meters, of course, in 50-meter pool. That would be 4 laps. They're getting ready at this point of time. Waiting for the buzzer.
Take your marks.
And they're off.
We've had 3 different winners in the last 3 SEA Games. Swimmers have dipped below the 2:03 mark only on 4 occasions in SEA Games history. We might see another one here if Gade Sudatawa pushes Quah and vice versa to its fullest. Zheng loves to swim as close as possible to that line, and good news for him is that his closest rival Sudatawa is side by side with him. We see lane 3, or should I say lane 2, turning in first place, Anggawijaya of Indonesia, who does go off very quickly but has problems maintaining his speed. Quah at the moment just keeping a very close watch on Sudatawa. It's Zach Ong who's getting himself into the picture as well in lane number 3. But Ricky Anggawijaya has got off to a flyer at the moment, and will reach the 100-meter mark with Indonesia in first and second spots, with Zach Ong in Singapore in third spot. That's Anggawijaya in first place, followed by Sudatawa, and then Zach Ong and Quah, who is currently in 4th position, the Singapore national champion and national record holder. 2:01.18, the national record which he set at the Singapore National Age Group Championships last year. Still, Anggawijaya, as I said, goes off very quickly, but has problems maintaining his pace and his momentum. Does he have the stamina now, though, to keep up and maintain this lead? It's a very impressive one, I have to say. Almost 2 body lengths ahead of Gade Sudatawa. Anggawijaya going into the final 50 meters, still in front of Sudatawa. Zach Ong is in bronze medal position at the moment. Here comes Zach Ong kicking away. His experience will be in full view here and will be needed fully. Sudatawa is a very strong finisher, and here he goes. You can see already loosening up of the ankles underwater, making sure that he gets as less drag as possible, stretching himself. But Anggawijaya is the surprise in the pack here. The Southeast Asian age group champion is trying to put Southeast Asian champion to his name side by side, and Anggawijaya has led from start to finish. This is a shock, perhaps the first shock in the pool tonight, and it's come from the youngster from Indonesia, the 17-year-old Ricky Anggawijaya, making sure that the gold medal is kept in Indonesia, with Gade Sudatawa, the defending champion, pushed into second spots in the SEA Games, and Zach Ong, a medalist once again. This time though it's It's only bronze, and Quah perhaps a little tired out from his swim in the 400 meters individual medley, finishing outside of the medal positions.
What an upset, of course. Very, very surprising to see Angga Wijaya from Indonesia taking this away. Like Mark said, of course, leading from start all the way to finish.
And Angga Wijaya, of course, lost out in the Asian Youth Games to Quah, so that's the shock that we're experiencing right here. Just the Indonesian swimmer peaking at the right time and getting his strategy and plotting of the race absolutely spot on for that.
In the first 100 meters, it looked like he would have trouble maintaining his pace, but he held it steady in the last 100 meters as well. And he is, of course, walking away with the gold medal.
Well, Quah will get out of the pool, suit himself up very quickly and go back to the podium, possibly to receive his gold medal, because the victory ceremony for the 200 meters, 400 meters individual medley is coming up next. And we'll be back with that in a while.
To take the position to accept the prizes.
We're coming back to the winner take the swimming pool. Of course, the setting for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar. We just witnessed a very upsetting race, quite shocking as well, of course, for the men's 200 meter backstroke, where Angga Wijaya, Ricky from Indonesia, took it away. But we're going to move on to the women's 200 meter backstroke in just a bit.
That's right. Before that, the victory ceremony for the 400 meters individual medley. And truth be told, Vien, I guess there's a lot of disappointment, because in the last two races we expected a Singapore victory, but then a Filipina last, and then after that the Indonesian chap decided to turn the tables, and Quah and Quah, her brother, expected a gold medal in the 100 meters freestyle and the 200 meters backstroke, and coming up empty-handed.
That's right. It doesn't seem like the best of starts for Singapore this time round. It only remains a matter of, I think, time to see whether Singapore can catch up and do what they did 2 years ago.
Well, Quah, of course, didn't leave empty-handed, because she won the silver medal. Amanda with the bronze in the 100 meters freestyle. And in case you missed out on the events we've had so far, I can tell you that it will be Singapore, of course, with only one gold medal in the 400 meters individual medley coming from Quah. We've had a bronze in the first race of the night that came from MEAGAN in the 200 meters individual medley.
Exactly, and 2 years ago, Mark, Singapore walked away with 39 medals. 17 golds came from 8 boys and 9 girls, 9 silvers, 13 bronzes, of course. Do you think they will be able to match that standard this time round?
Well, as I said earlier on, it's going to be tough, because the rest of the nations are coming up. We've got Vien, who's in very fine form going into the SEA Games. She'll be challenging the female swimmers of Singapore. The male tankers will be relying on Zheng and Joseph Schooling. And there are less events this time around. So to match the 17, I mean, that was a phenomenal achievement. Let's put everything in context. That was a phenomenal achievement. To match it would be tough.
Exactly.
To go in double digits once again in the goal count will be a big bonus.
We will see Joseph Schooling later on, of course, for the men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. He is penciled in for, I think, about 6 events this time round. And actually, he's rumored to be able to take away or medals actually in all 6 events.
A victory ceremony for the men's 400 meters individual medley, with Quah winning the gold medal.
The bronze medalist, Zheng from Vietnam. The silver medalist, Nathabon
Once again, the
from
crowning of the
Thailand.
medals there. Getting Nijapong with the silver and a very own Quah won.
The gold medalist, Quah from Singapore.
All of 16 years of age. Wears the gold proudly. Happy smiles, happy times for Quah Wen, of course. Gold for Singapore.
Please rise for the national anthem.
And cheers all around, of course. The Singapore national anthem being played for the first time at the Winnipeg Stadium.
Please be seated. Thank you.
And photographs for the newspapers tomorrow as our podium athletes take their time to make their way off stage. Wen doing Singapore very proud, walking away with gold medal. He will be returning later on as well for the men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay, along with the likes of Joseph Schooling.
In fact, I can tell you right now that he's been slated to swim as the final leg swimmer of that 4x200 meters freestyle relay. A lot of it is just the fact that he has as much rest time as possible to ensure that he gets his legs back, because he did look a little weary in his last race in the 200 meters backstroke. Not the sort of form that we're used to seeing from Quah Wen.
Exactly. And it's also a good thing, of course, he's taking the freestyle leg of the relay. Quah Wen is very good at that. Here at the Winnipeg swimming pool, we have the reporters, of course, clearing their way, making way for our next event, which is women's 200 meter backstroke. We've got the likes of Teo Jingwen from Singapore, Lim SHEN-HUI, MEAGAN as well, who won bronze in 200 meter individual medley for women's earlier on.
Well, Singapore have won a medal in this event in every SEA Games since 2003.
We will continue to the next victory ceremony.
So far, it has been a medal in every event that we've seen in 2013 in this first day of swimming competition.
We have, of course, NGUYEN Vien, who will be competing again. And as Mark said many times before, she is definitely one to watch out for.
Well, but before the race, I think we're all set and ready for the victory ceremony for the women's 100 meters freestyle. And a shock to a lot of people, as I said, who haven't been following Southeast Asian swimming. But Jasmine Alcalde made her intentions known in Barcelona at the World Championships. She was the fastest Southeast Asian swimmer at the World Championships, and she's been clocking very good times this year, rewriting her national records on a couple of occasions already, and this time she can put the title Southeast Asian champion to her name. And remember, of course, this is Philippines' first gold medal in the 100 meters freestyle since 1989. Impressive achievement indeed for Jasmine Alcalde. In case you've just joined us, Quah and Amanda Lim. Amanda, for the third SEA Games in a row, winning a bronze medal. That must really hurt her, but she'll come back strong in the 50 meters freestyle, where she is hot favorite to defend her title. And Quah would have loved a gold medal on a comeback, but the 2009 champion and SEA Games record holder was leading until the final 15 meters of the race when Alcalde kicked on and won it due to those propellers.
It was such a tight race. In fact, it was probably one of the most exciting races that we've had all through today. And even though it was a bit of an upset, you could see the crowd earlier on. They were on their feet in the last 10 meters, all rooting for Quah. The Singaporean contingent, of course, cheering our swimmers on very fiercely.
And once again, we're waiting for the officials and the administrators, backroom staff, to get the medalists ready and steady to go. Presenters have got the gold medals and the medals all on a plate, waiting to be dished out. Flags have already been put up, the Philippines right smack in between the two Singaporean flags. A bronze, a gold in the first two events. In fact, after the first day of swimming competition so far, we've had a gold medal from Quah, a silver from the sister Tingwen, and 3 bronze medals coming from Amanda Lim, Megan Lim, and of course Zach On.
And here we have our 3 podium winners, of course, our champions. Amanda on the left, Jasmine.
Now,
on the right,
the victory ceremony for event 104, men's 200
They've decided to send their teammates out to receive the medals. It's not Amanda and Tingwen for it. Those girls are busy at the back preparing for the key swim in the 800 meters freestyle relay, which takes place as the final event of the evening. So preparations needed, team bonding needed before the start of the race. I'm sure they're favourite to win that gold medal. If they do, they would come out as a team. All 4 of them. No fake identities that time around.
That's true, Mark.
Jasmine Alcalde, of course, part of a very small Filipino contingent that they've sent this time out to these games, and because of that, they don't have a relay squad in both the men's and women's events. It's a shame, really. They've decided only to send their elite athletes to these SEA Games, not just in swimming, but every other sport as well. And after being shut out at the last SEA Games, they only won 2 silvers and 5 bronze medals. Finally, they're back on the gold trail.
There you have, of course, Jasmine touching up her hair, making sure she looks right for the pictures. Of course, it will be in the newspapers tomorrow.
Mr. Woon from Singapore giving out medals. The elder statesman and advisor to the Singapore Swimming Association for ages, giving out the gold medal. And he had hoped it would be a Singaporean, but instead it's Jasmine Alcalde, who upsets the field. And she's taking that back with her to the University of Hawaii.
She is thrilled, biting onto her medal, of course, just to make sure it's gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Welcome back to the Winner Take the Swimming Pool right here for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar. It's Vien and Mark Richmond, of course, taking you through some of the events that we're watching today. Of course, some of the finals for swimming coming up next very shortly. Women's 200-meter backstroke.
I would like to
No heats for this one this morning. Just 7 swimmers registered for this. And Singapore have got 2 of them in the form of Zheng, who will go up in lane number 3, and MEAGAN already bronze medalist at these games. There we go. It's been reduced, in fact, slightly more. Just 6 swimmers now in this field taking to the pool. The defending champion is there. It's lane number 5, Yesi Yosaputra. The lady who's clocked the quickest time in Southeast Asia over the last 2 years is there. Nguyen Tian Vien of Vietnam. MEAGAN and Zheng hoping for a shout of the medals. They should have an opportunity as long as they get past the likes of Nurul Fajar Fitriati and Nam Kam Miat of Vietnam, the 14-year-old.
Stadium looks very tense at this point in time, waiting for the athletes to make their way to the starting blocks. And MEAGAN Lim, of course, must be quite tired after a previous race, but she is a medal winner already, a bronze medalist at that. We'll see if she will be able to, double that medal tally.
Well, this event in the Asian Swimming Championships last year, Nguyen Tian Vien actually came in second in Asia, just losing out to a Chinese tanker, beating a couple of Japanese in the pool. So that's how strong she has been over the past couple of years. She's got a season's best of 2 minutes 12.47 seconds. That's almost 3 seconds underneath the current SEA Games record set by Yesi Yosaputra in the last SEA Games, and it's 4 seconds faster than any of the other swimmers in the field.
Of course, for any slightly lengthy swimming event or swimming race, of course, we'll see the swimmers pace themselves out for the first couple of laps, 200 meters, 4 laps. And there will be, of course, a burst at the end.
Event 105, Women's 200-meter backstroke.
So here we go. The final event before we see the 2 team relays. Finally, individual events of the first day of swimming competition for the women's 200 meters backstroke.
6 swimmers in total, and as Mark said, no heats for this one. Straight to the finals.
Lane 2, representing
Fitriati of Indonesia goes in lane number 2. She just missed out on the Asian Youth Games finals earlier this year, the 9th fastest to 2nd in the ASEAN Schools Games. Here comes Zheng, who's got a personal best of 2:22 in this event, time which she won the Singapore Open with. She was 5th at the last SEA Games Swimming Championships last year. Nguyen Tian Vien. She was disqualified at the last games in this event, and you feel that it'll take a situation, a circumstance of those proportions in order to prevent her from winning the gold medal. Yesi Yosaputra is the defending champion. She's in lane number 5. MEAGAN Lim, already a bronze medalist in these SEA Games, swims in lane number 6. She was 4th in this event in 2011. Well, it's Myanmar and not Malaysia. That's the reason why you get a bit of the boos from the crowd. Nam Kam Nyat, 14-year-old, who's got a personal and season's best of 2 minutes 44 seconds. So she'll do well not to get lapped in the pool.
The first swimmer from Myanmar that we've seen across the day, across the races as well. So I think it'll be a good treat for the crowd.
Our national record is held by Tao Li, 2:17.12, which was set in the 2009 SEA Games. And the SEA Games record, 2:15.73.
Take your marks.
Once again, Nurul Fitriati of Indonesia swims in lane number 2. Zheng of Singapore goes in lane number 3. Hot favorite Nguyen Tian Vien of Vietnam is in lane number 4. The defending champion of Indonesia, Yesi Yosaputra, is in lane number 5. She beat Tao Li to the gold medal at the last SEA Games. MEAGAN Lim of Singapore in lane number 6, and Nam Kam Nyat of Myanmar, the 14-year-old, is in lane number 7. As we'd expected, is Tian Vien of Vietnam, who turns first. She's a strong finisher, so if you allow her to get off very quickly, you're in big trouble. That's the reason why Yosaputra has decided to keep up very closely to her right now. NGUYEN is in third place at the moment. The two Singapore ladies back-to-back fighting out for that bronze medal position. Cheered on, of course, by the Team Singapore ambassadors. The Filipino contingent just slightly behind them, but is Nguyen Tian Vien of Vietnam. First in the Asian Youth Games in this event. 2:12.47 is her season's best time. She was first in this event at the Southeast Asian Swimming Championships, the ASEAN Schools Games, the Southeast Asian Age Group, second in the Asian Championships. She's won every Southeast Asian event over the last 2 years since she was disqualified from the last SEA Games. And now she can add Southeast Asian Games champion to that haul of gold medals that she's picked up. Easy race. In fact, it's almost no race. The race is on for silver. Gold medal will surely belong to Nguyen Tian Vien, and that will be her second gold medal this evening. Already a winner in the 200 meters individual medley earlier on. 2 events, 2 gold medals, and both won with consummate ease. 4-5 body lengths ahead of her nearest rival, the defending champion Yosaputra. Look at the time as well. I am very sure we're going to see the first SEA Games record here in 2013 in swimming. 2:15.73 is the SEA Games record. If only someone has pushed her, she might even go lower than that. SEA Games record is set. 2 minutes 14.80. It's the first SEA Games record in the 2013 Games in Myanmar. MEAGAN Lim with another bronze medal to her collection. Yosaputra, the champion of 2011, can only finish in second spot this time because Nguyen Tian Vien is the queen of the pool in Naypyidaw. First gold medal of swimming in the 200 meters individual medley. And in the next race, what did she do? The first SEA Games record in swimming at these 2013 SEA Games.
What an exciting race, of course. I think Nguyen Tian Vien decimated her opponents. And, of course, setting the meet record at 2:14.
Well, the 2 relays, the men's 4x200 meters and women's 4x200 meters are coming up in a very short while. And we have a couple of victory ceremonies as well. But Nguyen Tian Vien has won by almost 5 seconds in a new SEA Games record in the women's 200 meters backstroke.
We're going to go for a short break and we'll be back in just a bit. We're back, of course, for the first of 2 events to end off the night here at the Wunantikdi swimming pool for the 27th SEA Games. 5 countries will be vying for gold. Of course, here we have Thailand, Myanmar, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore up for the men's 4x200 freestyle relay.
Well, this race was introduced in the SEA Games in 1997 in Jakarta, and since then only Singapore and Thailand have won gold medals. Thailand won the first 6 editions of this race, and Singapore has won the last 2. Of course, the SEA Games record belongs to Singapore. Joshua Lim, Clement Lim, Zach Ong and Marcus Chia set that record in 2009, 7:13.73. In the 2011 side which won the gold medal, it was Jeremy Matthews, Hyo Chun Run, Clement Lim and Danny Yeo. Only Danny remains in the quartet that will be swimming for Singapore tonight.
It will be a very difficult task, of course, for Singapore to take this from Thailand. The only thing more difficult will be to pronounce the names of the swimmers from Thailand.
There we go, the Thais will be in lane number 2, Myanmar in 3, Indonesia in 4, Malaysia, perhaps Singapore's closest rivals and maybe the only side that can beat Singapore in this event. If you look at the timings of the swimmers, they're in lane number 5, and Singapore, of course, the hot favourites. Our first look at Joseph Schooling, who will be the first leg swimmer in this 4x200 meters freestyle relay. He's got a personal best time of 1 minute 50.15 seconds. And then he's up against Daniel Bago. First Thailand, and they'll be represented by Thanakrit Katia. He's got a season's best of 152.94. Sarit Tie Wong, the 200 meters freestyle specialists, go first. Sri goes next, and Jirapong Sangkawat goes as their final leg swimmer. So they're putting their big guns in the first 2 legs to hopefully ensure that they have a shout at the medals.
They're very good with these names.
First time they're swimming in this event, Myanmar. Win Tet U, Min Tu Ka, all swimming in this. Miet Tu U and Win Tet U will be taking it home for them. Indonesia, only 2 bronze medals in this event. One of them came last year. Fauzi Triadi goes first, Mohammad Randa, Alexis Omar goes, and then Ricky Angawijaya, already a gold medalist in the 200 meters backstroke. He will be their final leg swimmer. Here are the closest rivals to Singapore in this event. Malaysia, Lim Chin Kwang goes first, and then Kevin Yap goes next. Daniel Bago, the national record holder, and a comeback for him. He is in lane number 3, at least he's in leg number 3, and Wilson Sim will be their final leg swimmer. There is Joseph Schooling. There he is, going up to the starting blocks. He'll be the first leg swimmer. Danny Yeo, second leg swimmer. Pang Shengjun, who's already swum tonight in the individual medley. He'll go in leg number 3, and Quah, after his disappointment in missing out on the medals in the 200 meters backstroke, will be the final leg swimmer. They've all got almost similar timings, around the 150-151 zone, Schooling, Zheng and Danny Yeo. So that's consistency that you need in the relays, and that might tip this in favor of the Singaporeans ahead of the Malaysians.
This is Zheng 3rd race as well. So we'll see how he does, of course, and he is positioned in the last leg.
200 meters freestyle. It's a very fast start from Indonesia, and Fauzi Triadi, the 100 meters freestyle specialist, he's gone first for Thailand. It is Thanakrit Katia. Myanmar in lane number 3. Malaysia have got Lim Chin Kwang, a 1 minute 50-second swimmer in the 200 meters freestyle, and Singapore have got Joseph Schooling, 1 minute 50.15 seconds, his season best. And in fact, Joseph Schooling, look at that technique. It's almost effortless to your right there, reaching out as far as possible, reducing the drag. There we go, right up to his thighs before the hands come right up again. Joseph Schooling already halfway through his very own leg, half a length, body length lead against the Indonesians, and that is Fauzi Triadi. Singapore 0.18 seconds ahead of Indonesia. Malaysia in 3rd place, Lim Chin Kwang. They've got their better swimmers in legs 2 and 3 with Kevin Yap and Daniel Bago. So this lead's got to be bigger than this for Joe Schooling.
You can see, of course, Joseph Schooling taking less strokes than most of the other swimmers. And like Mark said, of course, it's all to do with technique. But we have the Indonesian swimmer pulling close, catching up to Schooling.
This is where he usually pulls away. And over the years, since the last SEA Games, the one thing that he's worked on is the endurance level, and one thing he's worked on is the pacing. and he's been very good at this. But Fauzi Triadi is giving him a very good lace at the moment. It's almost neck and neck as to who touches first between Indonesia and Singapore. Sandwich in between them is Malaysia. Lim Chin Huang in third place. It will be Fauzi Triadi who touches first for the Indonesians, followed by Singapore, who've got Danny Yeo, their 200 freestyle specialists, going for the gold medal at these games. And what a plunge that was from Danny Yeo. All of a sudden, from half a body length behind, he's got a half a body length lead against the Indonesians. Muhammad Randa it is for the Indonesians who've gone in, and Kevin Yap, the 400 meters freestyle national record holder for the Malaysians, also very adept in the 200 meters freestyle, coming in and catching up with the Indonesians already in the first 15 meters of his leg, just turning in third place. But Danny Yeo has established a body length, 2 body lengths lead against his nearest rival from Indonesia, who've now ceded second spot to the Malaysians. Kevin Yap chasing Danny Yeo. Singapore have got their big 2 in front as well, to hopefully try to establish this lead. And boy, do they have to hold on to this lead, because when Sheng Jun gets into the pool, he'll be up against the returning Daniel Bago. Singapore hot favorites to win the gold medal. The Malaysians will push them all the way, I'm sure. And Indonesia, after a fantastic first leg swim by Fauzi Triadi, doing very well in third place, with the Thais not far away from them in fourth. Still though, it is Danny Yeo pulling away in the second leg of the men's 4x200 meters freestyle relay. Singapore in first place. Kevin Yap probably has gone too fast in the opening legs of it, trying to catch up and claim that silver medal position. Good kick off the wall, tremendous streamline from the Malaysians to keep that half a body length lead against the Indonesians. They're all chasing Singapore though, and Danny Yeo. There goes Danny. He's got a personal best time of 1:50.54 in the 200 meters of freestyle, and he'll be handing it over to Pang Sheng Jun, whose personal best of 1:53.16. Sheng Jun though has a very comfortable lead, but he's got Daniel Bago. 1:49 he swum in the 2009 SEA Games, slowly returning to form after his shoulder operations. Ensured he missed the last SEA Games, so he's making up for lost time now, and he's got to make up for a lot of lost time as he chases down Danny, should I say, Pang Sheng Jun. Closing the gap, that's for sure. Daniel Bago pushing himself away from Indonesia, who've now been upstaged by Thailand. They're in third position. They know who's in the pool, the Malaysians. They know who's in it. Daniel Bago, their golden boy, and look at it. We can see Bago just at the bottom of your screen, creeping into the race. Nervous moments here. Wilson Sim is a youngster for the final leg, and Singapore have got Quah, who is a sub 151 swimmer in the 200 meters freestyle, so they'll fancy their chances if they have a slender lead going into the final leg. But Pang Sheng Jun has got to make sure he maintains that lead, no matter how slender it is, against Daniel Bago. What a swim this has been for the Malaysian though. The tanker coming right back on. Daniel Bago, the third leg swimmer, closing the gap. It was 4 body lengths when Danny Yeo handed it over to Pang Sheng Jun. Now it's just a body length. Sheng Jun ahead of Daniel Bago. Singapore still turning first with 50 meters to go in the third leg. Just 0.77 seconds. Remember, it was close to 0.2 seconds, or should I say 2 seconds, the difference between the two. Now it's 0.77 seconds. Daniel Bago creeping up, slowly catching up. He's got a lot of energy left in him. Look at the legs going furiously right now from Daniel Bago. He knows it's the final 50 meters. He knows he's got to give a chance right now to Wilson Sim for the final leg. The Malaysians might actually take the final leg in first place at the moment. It is Malaysia in first place, just 0.01 seconds ahead of Singapore. Singapore in second spot. Quah with a little bit of work to do against Wilson Sim. Now this is where the endurance of Zheng is needed. He's already swum in 2 events this evening. He's already got a gold medal in the 400 meters individual medley. He missed out on the medals in the 200 meters backstroke, but he's got to be kicking on strong right here. We're not showing the leaders at the moment. It's Indonesia who are right there. Zhengwen's crept up and taken a 0.08 seconds lead against the Malaysians. It's just between these 2 countries as we expected. Indonesia, who are leading after the first leg, now in third spot. It's between them and Thailand when it comes to the bronze medal. Wilson Sim is doing stupendously well. The Malaysian teenager against the Singapore teenager. Well, we didn't expect it to be this close. Quah as the earlier races taken the energy out of him. 0.09 seconds. He's still slightly ahead of Wilson Sim. Going right down to the final 100 meters of the 800 meters freestyle relay. Singapore with a slight lead. Wilson Sim might have trimmed the lead and he might have even overtaken it. In fact, it probably is Wilson Sim who'll go into the final 50 meters of this race just slightly ahead. Will this be another gold medal that's gone missing for Singapore? Wilson Sim of Malaysia will be turning just ahead of Quah 0.22 seconds. Zheng, has he saved a little bit of energy left for the final 50 meters? On your way now, start the propellers. Quah has got to catch up big time, and he has caught up big time. Here is Quah. He saved some energy for the final 50 meters. Final 30, final 25. Quah has slowly crept up. Quah is slightly ahead now. Singapore with a gold medal in its sight. Wilson Sim is just losing its stamina. Quah has crept up. Quah will take the gold medal for Singapore in a new SEA Games record. 7:26.67. Singapore have won it. He makes up for the disappointment of missing out on the medals in the 200 meters backstroke. Quah with the second gold medal of the night. Just when it thought that the Malaysians had crept up and done the job in the final 50 meters, Quah came on strong, and Singapore pushed to the limit to a new SEA Games record, have won a gold medal.
That was absolutely incredible. It looked as if Wilson Sim was going to take it in the last 100 meters, but Zheng, of course, pulled through, and he might as well have won it for Singapore.
It was close. It was very, very close. There might be a disqualification, we hear from the officials, and we'll await who that has belonged to. It might be an illegal changeover. Myanmar finally finishing their race, and now the chief judges will go have a look at their monitors to see where the disqualification has gone to. As I said, it might be an illegal changeover, and we certainly hope it will not affect Singapore's gold medal standing in this event. Schooling got them off to a very good start, is slightly behind Fauzi Triadi after the first leg, and what a race that was from Danny Yeo. That second leg probably won it for Team Singapore. Danny Yeo was astounding, absolutely out of this world, to take a big lead against Kevin Yap, handing it over to Sheng Jun. And you talk about race for the ages, that catch up from Daniel Bago as well, from 5 body lengths behind to actually give Malaysia the lead going into the final leg. Quah hung on to it, and we thought, well, Wilson Sim has caught up. There goes another Singapore chance for a gold medal, but Zheng actually saved a bit in his tank for the final 50 meters. This probably the closest race that we've seen so far in these 2013 SEA Games.
We've just seen, of course, the last standings for the timings, and Singapore set a meet record as well this time round. So really well done. I was a little bit disappointed with Joseph Schooling at the start. I thought he would, move quite a bit quicker. But Danny Yeo more than made up for the time, and Quah took it home.
Thank you.
Well, still no change yet as far as disqualifications are. We heard word from the ground that there might be, but no word from the judges yet. So it's Singapore's second gold medal of the night. They're hot favorites, of course, to win the women's 4x200 meters freestyle relay. And this was the race where you thought the Malaysians had every opportunity to upstage their causeway rivals. They almost did, I tell you, they almost did. And Daniel Bago, good return for him. He looks in fine fettle for the SEA Games to challenge Joseph Schooling as the king of the pool.
It was a thoroughly exciting race, the men's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. We will see, of course, if the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay will prove to be just as exciting.
I certainly doubt so, Vien. I certainly doubt so. I mean, that will be almost a clear winner for Singapore, and you almost would take a disqualification. I think they're going for the national and also the SEA Games record more than anything else. It's the same quartet that won and set the SEA Games record in 2009, so we're expecting quite a fast time from them.
Well, then I'll sit back and enjoy the seat then.
But you'll never know. As we've seen tonight already, we expected a gold medal in the 100 meters freestyle. We expected a gold medal in the 200 meters backstroke. Look where that went.
Exactly. Quite a few upsets, of course. But that, of course, always actually makes a good competition.
Victory ceremony for the men's 200 meters backstroke, I believe. Ricky Anggawijaya, who has just finished his swim as the final leg swimmer for the Indonesians in the 4x200 meters freestyle relay, will be going up to receive his gold medal, and that's a surprise gold medal too. There we go, 200 meters backstroke, and then the women's 200 meters backstroke victory ceremony before we proceed to the final race of the night, which is the 800 meters freestyle relay for women. The Indonesian 1-2 finish in this event with the defending champion Igede Sudatawa, the Bali Barnstormer, finishing only in second spot, and Singapore's Zach Ong still amongst the medals. Of course,
I would like to request to the gold medalist Ricky Anggawijaya and the silver medalist
in this event for the past 3 SEA Games,
and the bronze medalist Wei Shenzhe-ong to take the position to accept the prizes.
So a call for Ricky and Zach. No surprise with Ricky as he's just finished his swim. And as we await the tankers, Zach Ong, of course, remember, he was the champion in 2009, a silver in 2007 and 2011, and a bronze medal this time out to complete his collection of colored medals for the 200 meters backstroke for men's. Men's 200 backstroke was a huge disappointment for Quah. Perhaps the legs gave up on him in this race.
Quah has done very well, though, I think, in his 2 out of his 3 races.
Oh, it's a punishing schedule. It is a punishing schedule. I mean, you're talking about 3 races within the space of, what, half an hour? It's a punishing schedule. So for him to even undertake that in the first place was a magnificent achievement. And, you know, you miss out on the medals of one, but 3 races, 2 gold medals, I would take that.
The only 2 gold medals for Singapore today, actually.
Yeah. Still awaiting the arrival of Ricky Anggawijaya to the reporters' desks to accept his gold medal.
Indonesia nangama IGDC Mansur
All 3 of them are missing at the moment. Anggawijaya, Sudatawa, and Zach Ong.
I would like to request to the winners to take the position.
And the incredible stat after this is that Raymond Papa's 1997 SEA Games record still remains 2 minutes 0.96 seconds. I don't know who's going to take that down. Talking about 16 years already, longest standing SEA Games record. Might go on for some time now.
That's just phenomenal. There we have it. Finally, our winners have decided to show.
4 different winners in this event in the last 4 SEA Games. Before that, Malaysia's Alex Lim dominated 4 in a row. Raymond Papa won 3 in a row. David Lim won 3 in a row from 83 to 87 for Singapore. Lukman Niodi won 4 in a row for Indonesia from 1977 to 1983. And in 2013, the 4th different winner is Ricky Anggawijaya.
He probably won because it was more streamlined. That bald head. He has done very, very well, of course.
23 years of age.
The bronze medalist representing Singapore, Wei Shenzhe-ong.
2 silvers, a gold, and now a bronze to his collection in the men's 200 meters backstroke. Always a medalist whenever he's swum in this event.
The silver medalist, IGD
to the tower.
Indonesia.
The defending champion having to settle for silver this time.
The gold medalist representing Indonesia, Ricky NGUYEN.
First in the Southeast Asian Age Group Championships, first in the ASEAN Schools Games, but I am sure this is such a bigger feat than all those that he's achieved in 2013. Silver in the Asian Youth Games, and the 17-year-old now is a SEA Games champion in the 200 meters backstroke.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.
Ricky looks very, very happy with that one.
Spread out on this first day of competition in swimming in the 2013 SEA Games. Indonesia winning their first, can Singapore win their third? The 4x200 meters freestyle relay for women coming up soon.
The next victory ceremony is for event number 105, women's 200 meter backstroke. The gold medalist, Vien. The silver medalist, The bronze medalist, SHEN-HUI MEAGAN. Please take the position for the victory ceremony. Thank you.
We're back for the last race, of course, of today. What an exciting day we've had here at the Winner Take the Swimming Pool for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar. And the last race, of course, the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. It's Vien and Mark.
And preceding that, we will have the 200 meters backstroke victory ceremony for women. 2 races for Nguyen Thi Vien and 2 gold medals for a Vietnamese lady who last year became the first Vietnamese swimmer to earn an official Olympic berth in its history. She keeps rewriting those history and record books, and the folklore will have 2 or 3 chapters just titled Nguyen Thi Vien when all is through. But MEAGAN Lim, impressive she has been. It's her 2nd medal of the night, both the same color, bronze, but well done to the 17-year-old.
Exactly, not too bad at all, considering of course she was up against Nguyen Thi Vien.
The defending champion, just like the men's 200 meters backstroke, relegated to silver medal position this time round.
The gold medalist, the new Southeast Asian Games.
She went into the race and she had already known that she was always going to be playing second fiddle to Nguyen Thi Vien. Disqualified, remember, in 2011, and it needed a disqualification for her to lose that. It was hers to lose from the off, and really, she just had to make sure to beat the buzzer and take to the pool. That plunge was as good as gold. Forget as well, she still has the 100 meters backstroke to come, the 400 meters individual medley,
thank you,
as well as the 400 meters freestyle. All those events which she'll start as red hot favorite Nguyen Thi Vien.
If she keeps on winning gold medals, Mark, I will know the Vietnamese national anthem like the back of my hand.
I think she's got bigger fish to fry as well. The coach has said it as well from the start that, you know, she's not really aiming SEA Games levels anymore because she's looking at Korea in Incheon next year for the Asian Games. And I believe she, you know, in this race especially, and she came in 2nd at the Asian Championships, she will be expected to reach the final 8 and be pushing for medal positions.
Final photographs there for our winners for the women's 200 meter backstroke, as we will be moving very shortly back to the podium, back to the starting blocks actually, for the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay.
Singapore red hot favorites in that, as I said, looking to win it for the 5th time in a row. 5 consecutive SEA Games champions in the 4x200 freestyle relay. It'll be the first time that they've achieved 5 in a row in that event. They won 4 in a row from 83 to 89, and 5 in a row will be quite an incredible feat for the quartet. Only 2 remain from the 2011 squad that won a gold medal. Tally and Amanda, Mylene and Hui won't be in that quartet this time out, but Lynette and Tingwen are back, and they were part of the quartet alongside Amanda and Mylene that created the SEA Games record of 8 minutes 11.75 seconds in 2009. The national record is 8:09.91, which was established at the 2009 World Championships in Rome.
It's 2 gold medals for Singapore as far, and we're looking to make 3, of course, in the women's 4x200 freestyle relay. We'll be Tauli's first appearance here for swimming at the SEA Games. Looking forward to see them destroying their opponents, actually.
Well, I'll tell you that probably Thailand would push them closest. They won 3 in a row from 95 to 99 Thailand. With the likes of Napanan Jungkrajang taking things home for them as the fourth leg swimmer. Might have an opportunity here to push the Singaporeans as close as possible. Maybe not as close as the Malaysians pushed them in the men's event. The Indonesians are also in the field. So to Singapore, not surprising is that Vietnam. We expected to put out a quartet. They were slated to swim at the start of the day in lane number 7. I don't think they'll be taken to the pool, will they, Vien?
That's right. We are, of course, getting ready right now, waiting for the athletes to make their appearance here at the starting blocks at the Wunantikni swimming pool. And you can see some of the crowd still there in the background for the final race of today.
It's a 3,000-seater complex, and it's very hard, of course, to get the local crowd in, especially with no Myanmar swimmers, no known Myanmar swimmers, no medal prospects from them. But of course, the Thais will always be there when it comes to swimming. It's perhaps the most colorful of supporters, and the cameras will always be trained on them. Every cameraman at every SEA Games are always told the same things. Pick out the Thais.
And look at them, lightening the mood, of course, with the Indonesians as well in the stands.
And he can shuffle. Yeah, there's a new superstar. Thailand haven't won a gold medal yet, but I would give that person a gold medal for entertainment. Here we go with the start list. Thailand, of course, themselves in lane number 2, and if they can swim as well as that person dances, Singapore better watch out. Lane number 3 belongs to Myanmar. Lane number 4 belongs to the Indonesians. Malaysia in lane number 5. We haven't got the 4 swimmers swimming for Malaysia yet on our start list. For Singapore, I can tell you that it'll be Quah that goes off first, then Lynette Lim, another welcome back to the Singapore tanker, female tanker, Lynette Lim. She goes in 2. Amanda Lim was 3rd in the 100 meters freestyle earlier on, will be 3rd leg in the 4x200 meters freestyle relay, and Tauli taking it home as the 4th leg swimmer. It'll be them against the record, both the SEA Games and national records. Remember, as I said, the SEA Games record timed at 8 minutes 11.75 seconds, set in 2009. And that same year, 2 months before that, the national record was lowered by the quartet of Tingwen, Lynette, Mylene and Amanda at the World Championships in Rome, 8:09.91 seconds.
There'll be 2 very strong swimmers from Thailand taking on the 2nd and the 4th leg of the race, of course, Quah Patako Phiangkwan and Jungkrajang Napanan.
Well done there.
Thank you. I missed myself with that name.
And let's not forget as well that Thailand have got Benjapon Sripamonton to start things off in the first leg swimmer, and Patawadi Kitia as their 3rd leg swimmer between the aforementioned by Vien. The Myanmaris will be going with a 9-year-old to start things off, Kant. Indonesia, who were 4th in 2011. We have the likes of Reina Salmi and Resa Dewi to take things home for them as their 4th leg swimmer. And the Malaysians, despite not having put out the swimmers in the start list, I believe that Hu Chai Lin should be involved in this. Maybe even Reza Go, who swam in the 200 meters individual medley in the first event of the night.
Vietnam, of course, not in the start list for the women's 4x200 freestyle relay.
That's a shock, actually. I would expect Vien to actually be leading the team. The likes of Leti Mitao and NGUYEN to be getting involved too. Okay, swimmers are out. We're ready for their introductions and their lane assignments. I believe there's a gap there between Singapore and Indonesia, so I think the Malaysians have skipped this race, which is a shame. The other Thais, Benjamin Sripamonton, Phiangkwan, Patako. Tia Patrawadi and Nathanan Jungkrajang, who is the 200 meters freestyle champion from 2011. So good team.
You should win a gold medal for that, I think, for Thai names.
Here is the young Myanmar side. Great to see that they've managed to put up a 4 to take part in this race.
2 of them are 9-year-olds. Kan Susan and Sumo Tien San.
Representing Indonesia.
Here come the Indonesians. It will be Reina Salmi to go first, followed by Patricia Yosita, a swim earlier on in the individual medley. Katriana Gustagiani, who just missed out on qualifying for the finals of the 100 meters freestyle, goes in lane number 2, and Resa, the 4th leg swimmer.
Lane 6.
Unfortunately, Malaysia decided to skip, so we don't have a swimmer or a team in lane 5, and here is the Singapore quartet. Now they are such hot favorites for this now. Make sure that you make the changeover as well, make sure that you don't get yourself disqualified, and then go for that SEA Games record. As I said, Tingwen goes first, Lynette Lim goes second, Amanda goes third, and Tao Li with the first appearance of the 2013 SEA Games, taking it home as the 4th leg swimmer. 8:11.75, set in 2009. Tao Li wasn't part of that team, although she was part of the 2011 winning team, alongside Amanda, who's been a part of 09, 11, and hoping for a 3rd relay goal in this event in 2013. Remember, Singapore looking for 5 in a row, 5 consecutive victories, which will be the most by a team beating their best from 83 to 89. First leg swimmer for Singapore will be Tingwen. Resa Dewi, or should I say Reina Salmi of Indonesia in lane number 4. Kan of Myanmar in lane number 3. We've got Benjapon of Thailand swimming their first leg in lane number 2, and Benjapon, straight from Hong Kong, has got up to a flyer, but Quah Tingwen is always strong in the last 100 meters of this race, and she'll be taking her time. Looks leisurely in the opening 100 meters, but she'll be kicking on once that turn goes through the final 100. Magnificent turn once again from Tingwen. That's one thing that they learned so much by their training in the USA. It's just that turn off the wall, streamlined, magnificent, everything tucked inside the dolphin kicks, and making sure that you get ahead of your rivals. And now it's a body length lead between Tingwen and Benjapon heading into the second half of the race now.
Exactly, of course, Tingwen looking very, very strong there, and like you said, Mark, of course, the closest competition would be from Thailand. Singapore pulling strong, Tingwen maintaining the pace as she goes along for the 3rd lap of this, of course, of her 200 leg race, and she's pulling strong, holding and maintaining that half a body length as she reaches forward for the last turn before she sprints back for the last 50 meters. And we can see Benjapon, of course, catching up ever so slightly. Holding on steady to the 3rd position is Indonesia. Tingwen, of course, bursting forward for the last leg. She's putting everything she's got, pedaling as hard as she can as well. Benjapon pulling very close. It looks like she might be overtaking Tingwen at this point of time, and she has. She's pulling closer, and she's taken it, of course, from Tingwen in the first leg of these of this 4x200 meter freestyle relay. And she's actually pulling away from Tingwen, which is quite a surprise. We're going to see what happens, of course, in the second leg as QUAN takes over with Lynette Lim from Singapore as well.
Well, they'll push Singapore very close, of course, and if they give themselves a shout with the final leg, Vien, it might be Thailand with a chance to upstage the Singaporeans for the gold medal, because Nathanan Jungkrajang, their freestyle specialist, is swimming in the final leg, and she's up against a butterfly specialist from Singapore in Tao Li.
Lynette Lim regaining the position for Singapore, of course, making that turn, but not as well, of course, as QUAN, who came off a bit better off the wall. She is pedaling as quick as she can right now. It is a very, very tight race between Lynette and QUAN, and it's a little bit more exciting than we expected at the start of this race. QUAN leading ever so slightly, just in half an arm's length. Now a bit of a body. She goes forth, and it's half a leg.
It doesn't help that there are 4 lanes separating them, so they can hardly see what each other are doing at the moment. Sandwiched in between them is Indonesia, who are in 3rd place at the moment, but everything's between Thailand and Singapore. Nothing less than 0.3 seconds separating the two sides at every turn at the moment since the 100-meter mark. Lynette will be handing it over to Amanda Lim, who will be up against a butterfly specialist in Patrawadi Kitia. So Singapore should try to extend their lead and give Tao Li some measure of distance before she takes to the pool against a fast-charging Nathanan Jungkrajang, who is hungry, having missed out on the medals in the women's 100 meters freestyle earlier. Lynette going home strong. She's a long-distance specialist, of course. Lynette Lim slated to swim in the 400 and 800 meters freestyle at these SEA Games, and Lynette Lim will touch home in first place. From this distance, it doesn't seem that way, but she's half a body length ahead of the Thai at the moment, QUAN, and it's Lynette Lim who will be touching in first place, just ahead of QUAN. 0.07 seconds, how close is that? It's up to Amanda now to extend this lead against Kitia, who's probably the weakest of their four in this quartet for the Thais. If she brings it up to at least 2 body lengths, which she needs to, Tao Li will have an opportunity to take it home in the final leg.
Amanda Lim, of course, doing very well to pull away from her competitor from Thailand. She's very close to making the turn at this point of time, and it is doing Singapore a huge advantage as she makes it off the turn, moving very quickly, of course, with that pace that she's keeping onward. And she is moving towards to give Tao Li as much of a head start as possible for the last and final leg so that Singapore can take it home. Thailand faltering just a little bit.
Amanda caught up 2 seconds on her opponent in that leg alone. That is magnificent. She is really pulling away at the moment, Amanda Lim, but has she given up too much in the first 100 meters? The former sports school student now almost 4-5 seconds ahead, no, 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds ahead of the Thai. As I said, 4-5 seconds ahead before Tao Li takes the plunge will be absolutely perfect.
This is Amanda Lim's second race as well. She was early on competing in the women's 100-meter freestyle, and she is a little bit more tired than her competitor, but she's still pulling away. I think it's about 2-3 body lengths at this point of time. And if she manages to hold steady to this pace in the last lap that she has to go for, she will give Tao Li a definite advantage for Singapore.
She's extended the lead to 4 seconds now, Amanda Lim. And this is what happens when you get a freestyle specialist in Amanda Lim against a butterfly specialist in Patrawadi. But it'll be the other way around, vice versa, for the final legs, because it will be Tao Li, the butterfly specialist, swimming in the final 200 meters in this relay against Nathanan Jungkrajang, the 2011 champion from Palembang in the 200 meters freestyle.
You can hear the crowd from Singapore and Thailand going crazy at this point of time as the Thais are cheering their swimmer on, even though at this point it looks like it's a bit of a lost cause. Tao Li pulling away from the last competitor from Thailand, of course, Jungkrajang Nathanan.
I can almost forget about that SEA Games record or the national record now. I guess they're way too far behind, but at least to keep the gold medal and not relinquish that gold medal, which they won for 4 in a row. Remember, looking for 5 in a row now. Singaporean squad. Nathanan Jungkrajang, in fact, has lost a little bit more time to Tao Li, so it's a great first 50 meters from the Fly Queen. Now 150, 125 left, taking it home for Singapore, and this was the kind of dominance that we expected at the start of the race, which we didn't see after the first leg.
Exactly. Tao Li, of course, making sure that Singapore stays in the lead at least 5, 6, 7, well, about 5 body lengths actually, and she's hoping to keep that pace as well. She will be conserving a little bit of energy for that last lap as she makes it through for the last turn.
5.45 seconds ahead after that turn, so she's extended the lead, but Nathanan Jungkrajang is a very fast finisher. We've seen already through the years, not just the 100 meters freestyle, but the 200 and 400 as well. So here she comes with a long, lengthy stroke. Not as chopped up as the Singapore swimmers have been. Nathanan does get through a lot of height with her strokes and does ensure that her legs work over time in the water. 5:38, she's just trimmed the lead slightly, ever so slightly, but it'll be gold medal for Singapore in this race.
Most definitely. Tao Li takes it home. She doesn't even look like she's trying particularly hard because she knows it is definitely in the hands of Singapore at this point in time, and it's past the 15-meter mark. She's making it home and she will touch the wall first. There you go. Goal for Singapore. for women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay as we expected.
And Thailand finishing in second spot as we expected to, with the Indonesians probably coming in third place, and that's almost 2 seconds away from the SEA Games record. But Thao Lee in her first race has won her first gold medal of the SEA Games, anchoring the 800 meters freestyle relay team. Indonesia touching home in third spot with their final leg swimmer Ressa Dewi. So it'll be a medal for them. And there are only 4 teams in this race, with Malaysia and Vietnam opting out of it, unfortunately. So it's almost an anticlimactic ending to the first day of swimming competition. And well done, Myanmar.
Exactly. Bit of sportsmanship there, with the swimmers still staying in the pool to wait for the last swimmer to finish at the race before they leave.
Couple of 9-year-olds, as I said, and it will be the Myanmaris coming home 4th in the 2013 SEA Games 4x200 meters freestyle relay, won by Singapore yet again for the 5th games in a row. 8:13.99. They dipped below 8:14, but they couldn't dip below 8:10 for that national record. Thailand finishing almost just above 5 seconds behind them in second spot, despite taking the lead after the first leg. Indonesia in third spot. Singapore, 3 gold medals on the first night of swimming in the 2013 SEA Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on December 30 at 6 p.m. there will be reswim for event number 103, Women's 100 meter freestyle. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be reswim for event 103, Women's 100 meter freestyle on December 30 at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
And what an exciting day we've had here at the Wunatiri swimming pool, of course, for the 27th SEA Games here in Myanmar. And Singapore walks away with 3 gold medals in total.
Yep, that's right. 2 in the relays as we expected, and congratulations for Quah Zheng winning in the 400 meters individual medley as well. So it's 2 gold medals for him, 1 in the individual and 1 in the freestyle relay, which was pushed all the way through by the Malaysians. The women's winning in the 4x200 meters freestyle relay. We've also had gold medals for NGUYEN Vien of Vietnam, 2 for her. A gold medal for Jasmine Al-Khaldi in the women's 100 meters freestyle, as well as Ricky, of course, in the men's 200 meters backstroke. That is Ricky Anggawijaya. Congratulations to all our winners. We'll have all the highlights for you today at the games. That's coming up in half an hour's time. We'll see you then.
Singapore